Hi beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back. So today we're testing out some fun stuff. I have the new Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics or Jaclyn Cosmetics. I think it's just Jaclyn Cosmetics. I don't really know. The Jaclyn Hill stuff, the new Complexion products. I bought the skin tint as well as the new concealer to test out for you. I was thinking about doing these separate videos, but I figured let's just go ahead and do it together. 2 in 1. I did purchase these myself. Every other review that I see online, even though I haven't watched any because I don't be biased, are all like people who get it in PR, got it before it came out. I ordered these on Ulta like the minute they came on their websites. And yeah, the skin tint was $34. I have the information here. And we had the concealer, which is $26. So let me read you the description of the skin tint. I have the shade Fair. There's several shades. There's 12 shades of the skin tint. This skin perfecting blurring tint is a blurring sheer coverage tint doing a double duty as a blurring primer and tint moisturizer. Comfy real skin perfection is only a pump away. So that's good. I don't have to use a primer today, which feels wrong altogether. And then also the concealer here is the Faux Filler. Instead of filter, it's Faux Filler. Perfecting concealer for $26. A buildable medium to full coverage. Medium to full coverage. We're about to see if it has that coverage. Concealer that has visibly brightens, blurs, and flexes with the skin for a flawless finish all day long in 35 shades. I will say the ranges of the tones for this launch were way better than the previous launches, like the blushes and everything and the bronzers and stuff. Those were not the best range, but these have a better range of them, and I'm excited to try it out today. But I have to admit, it feels weird that this is a primer. I don't have to put a primer on first. But let's get started, you guys. So I'm just going to pull my hair out of my face just so I don't get anything in my hair, and you can see my giant forehead. I do want to give a quick shout out, however, to my shop, theopencrypt.com. I have a small business. It's all me. I leave handwritten notes in every single order, and you can leave it. You can see my link down below. You know, these promos are getting so awkward. I don't know. I'm just so excited to get this video like going. So I do the shop. If you want to support it, I'd appreciate it greatly. And let's get started with the skin tint, you guys. So I have the shade Fair, like I said, and then I have Fair Neutral. Yeah, Fair Neutral of the concealer. So the boxes in this very pretty. This itself feels very lightweight. It doesn't feel super luxurious, but it isn't like a high price tag. It is $34, which is a medium range for a foundation. And I'm glad it's not like $40-something, because for a skin tint, that's like a lot. So for $34, smaller company, I have no issue with the price tag, and the packaging's nice. However, the product only goes to here. This much is just empty, plastic. That seems excessive. Just have a smaller bottle and not this much of it just being empty. That's like a third of the bottle. Anyways, let's get started trying it out. I have a fresh beauty blender here, and I have not primed my face because they say I don't need to. We'll see. So that's one pump. I'm gonna do a pump and a half just for a little extra. The color on it looks okay to me, but you can't exactly see the true color through the bottle. But let's just put it on. It's so weird not priming. It's very cold too. So I'm not looking for too much coverage. It's just a skin tint. I'm just hoping that it evens me out enough, you know, like evens a little bit of the redness out. That's really what I look for in a skin tint. And I've been into skin tints lately. I feel like they're very nice for the days where you don't want to feel like a heavy foundation on your skin, or you just want a little something that looks subtle. So far, I'm getting a little bit of coverage from it. So as you can see, I have a lot of red discoloration. It evened me out a little bit. Like, you can still see my redness coming through, but I do look a little more even. And yes, if you're new to my channel, my hands are way more tan than my face and body. It is what it is. It does just enough that I think it needs. It smells very strongly though. If you don't like perfumey smells, the more I pat this in my skin, I just smell it. Like, it's very perfumey in smell. I personally don't mind, because I like the kind of perfumey smell, but it is a little strong. Like, it doesn't bother me, but I know people who don't like fragrance, and they would hate it. Like, it's kind of reminds me of the amount of fragrance that the Huda Beauty products usually have, you know? Just that very perfumey smell. But as long as the product's good, like, I don't care. I'll smell it. I'll smell that smell. So here's my skin now with the skin tint on. So you still see imperfections, you still see redness, you see little freckles and scars and stuff. But it's cute. I think I'm going to put a little bit extra, just a little bit around my nose and stuff, just because I feel like that didn't even me out. I'm just putting a little extra just to get rid of a little bit more redness. And it looks pretty good, you guys. Like, it doesn't really want to stick to my nose that well. But we have the concealer to test out as well, so I can even myself out with that. But the skin is nice. Like, it's not too much coverage, right? For $34, you know, you could probably find a skin tint for cheaper, but for supporting a business that is, you know, smaller in size compared to like a Urban Decay or Anastasia Beverly Hills, I really like how it looks. Like, it looks natural. It looks like I naturally am not super red in the face, which I am. So, like, so far so good for this skin tint. We'll see how it wears. If it makes me greasy or anything, we'll see. I have dry skin, just as a, you know, overall thing. I have dry skin, but it's not like super Sahara Desert lately. I'm towards like the dry end of a in-between skin, right? A normal skin, I guess. I'm on the drier side of normal skin. But I like how the skin tint looks. It looks natural. People wouldn't know I'm wearing makeup. It also gives me a light, like, luminosity to the skin. Like, it's a little glowy. So it is a little sticky compared to, like, setting powder and stuff on your face. But I don't think I'd have to set this with powder if I didn't want to. It's not that sticky. Now moving on to the concealer. There were so many shades of this. There's like 34 shades, I think. I did not know what shade to get, so I went with the only one that wasn't the absolute lightest, that wasn't warm. Most of the fair shades of this concealer are all warm or golden undertones. I had to get the fair neutral. That was like number 5 on the list. It looked fine on the swatch. It looked like it would fit me fine. But all like 2 through 4, even the first one was like kind of a peachy, I think. I just needed something neutral, and it was, you know, you had to keep going down the line to get something that wasn't a warm tone in this concealer. There was way more warm options and sandy options than neutral or pink. So maybe I should have got the lightest in the world, but I'm not trying to be the lightest in the world. So this is the concealer I'm gonna do. It seems like a lot, but it's mostly just my under eyes and evening out a little bit more redness that the rest of my face didn't do. I'm not going to touch my cheeks at all and the majority of my forehead because I feel like the skin tint did enough for me. So I'm going to take the sponge now, clean sponge, and I'm just going to buff it out. Wait, it's not buffing out. I gotta like attack this to get it to move. Wait, it's drying down so quickly. It's drying down super quick. Like, look at my nose. It kind of buffed away the product with me trying to blend it. I may have messed up here. Oh, yeah. This is drying down so quickly, guys. It's kind of unreasonably drying down quickly. Like, even trying to blend this under my eyes right now, it's sticking where I put it. It's not blending. I know Jaclyn said this was something you could put on and not have to set with powder. But it seems like it set the second to put it on my face. Look at this, I can still see, I don't know if you can tell on camera. It's like a little line right here where I put it on. I'm kind of freaking out. This dried so quick, it doesn't want to move at all. It doesn't want to move. And the more I force it to blend out, the more I feel like I'm stripping away coverage for something that's supposed to be medium to full coverage. It doesn't want to blend. I can still tell where I put it down. It doesn't want to blend. Okay, so because this dries down instantly, I'm gonna build it up since it says it can be full coverage. I'm gonna do a bloop, blip, close it as fast as I can. Oh no, I grabbed the freaking concealer instead of the mirror. And I'm going to try to blend it and add it to a full, have it be full coverage. Because it says medium, buildable to full coverage. I'm going to try. As quickly as, it doesn't even want to blend. As quickly as humanly possible. This is, I have not had this issue with a concealer before, you guys. I've had things that dry quickly, okay? But not to this degree. Also, a big truck came by and that's why our lighting changed for a moment. Ah, okay. So blended this out as quickly as I could, right? I still see the line of where I put it down. It's kind of just enhanced right here, like right where my underbags stop. It just enhanced that has less concealer on it. So I'm gonna go to the other side now. and try to get a little more coverage and I'm dropping everything, and quickly try to get this to dry down, or not try to get this to dry down, try to blend out before it dries down. It's instantly dried on my face. That is not what I was expecting. From a medium buildable coverage, it builds itself stuck on your face before you can even blend it out. Like, what the freak is this concealer? And then also, look. It's so hard to blend out that it just leaves patches. Like, do I have to keep adding more and more and more? I know it said it's buildable, but I need my under eyes to look even. Like, I love concealer. I'd rather wear concealer than foundation because I need my under eyes to look good. But the fact that this dries down instantly upon putting it on my face, this is unwearable. Okay. So, fail. Fail. The more I blend it out, the more okay. So I hate this product. I pulled out a new sponge and everything. It's leaving little patches here from me trying to blend it. And I've had 3 layers on this side so far. It shouldn't be doing this to me. This side looks okay, but you can still see where it stopped. This side, it just dries so freaking quickly that I can't get it to cover my entire under eye. I'm just gonna add a little more where it disappeared from me. Try to softly blend it before it's unblendable in 2 seconds. Because I don't want dark spots under my eyes. It's just, this is the, it's so creasy and gross, you guys. I hate how my under eyes look right now. Normally I can put on a foundation, do like a little fast forward moment, be like, here's what it looks like afterwards. For this, I'm just panicking. Here's my under eyes. Brand new sponge, brand new clean, damp sponge. Dried off on a paper towel to get the excess product off. I don't know the last time I tried a concealer that was this bad. You know, this reminds me when Becca released that Becca Zero product and it was a clear foundation. This is on that level of bad for me, and I can't do anything about it. Like, how many times do I have to keep putting concealer under the side to try to get it to cover without drying down instantly? So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to try to do a long wear test if I can even stand wearing this product any longer, I want to at least test the skin tint out. I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Brightening Pink Under Eye Powder mixed with the Fenty Butter Powder just for a little bit less pink, you know, because this under eye powder is very, very pink. Because it's from her brand, though, I'm going to mix them both together. For my setting powder, the setting powder itself, her setting powder, the under eye brightening powder, is gorgeous. It's really beautiful. I'm going to set this and see how it looks then, because I'm going to set my entire face just in case we can do a long wear test with this. The skin tint looks gorgeous. Like, I don't even want to look underneath this eye. This eye, honestly, the coverage is okay. It is towards a medium. I wouldn't call it full at all, considering I do have 2 layers on it, and I can still see a lot of darkness coming through. And I do see the separation of where the concealer stopped blending. But this side looks okay. This side, it's just, this is so unreasonable. This is so unreasonable. Like, the lines that would not blur out. And the more I just try to blur it out, it just takes it off of my skin and makes new lines. It's even worse now because I touched it, trying to help it. I'm going to set my face and we'll talk about it more. I just need to, like, de-stress for a moment. Alright, so here's my skin, very lightly set. I put on some setting powder everywhere, but very light coating, because I don't want to dull down the skin tint that had like the nice luminousness to it. My skin looks okay. I can't get over this under eye. I really can't. Like, this one I blended out okay, but the coverage really is not medium to full for me. It's medium, but a weird line of separation to where you can see a lot of my freckles. I'm going to do my like contour, highlight, blush, lipstick, everything. I'm gonna finish my face, set it with some setting spray, and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like when everything's like put together. But so far, no. Like, the skin tint looks really pretty. I can't wait to see what it looks like with some highlight on top of it. But this concealer is without a doubt going to make the worst of 2022 list. Like, it is horrible. I've had dollar concealers that do so much better, and this was $26, I think. Alright guys, this is my finished look. I definitely overlined my lips today, and I feel like they look a little large. But you know, sometimes when you have your lips a little too big, it's just best to deal with it, because taking it off just means you're going to mess everything else up. So, overall, let's talk. I did do setting spray, a dewy setting spray and everything on top of this just to get rid of any extra loose powder or any loose product. What is this? I can't stand this concealer. Okay, thoughts. Concealer. Do not buy the concealer. I normally do not return things. I don't return clothes. I don't return makeup, especially because makeup usually is tossed, you know? Even if you don't use it, usually they just toss it. This has been used, so they're definitely going to toss it, but I will be returning this concealer. I hate returning stuff, but this was such a waste of money. It's not even like makeup preferences for this. Like, oh, you don't have to set it with setting powder. It's kind of whole thing. If it will not even let me blend it out before I can even attempt to not set it, like, it's... Ugh. However, the skin tint is beautiful. I do think this container is awfully big. Like, why is this much empty when I haven't even used it, you know? The skin tint is gorgeous. Like, look at my cheeks. It has natural skin look to it. If I didn't have contour and highlight and everything, it just looks so natural on the skin. I think my skin looks really radiant in the places without concealer. Like, I think a lot of my forehead looks really nice, evened out. You can still see my texture and freckles, but it's nothing that bad. It just kind of dulls down the look of discoloration. It dulls down a little bit of my scars. So overall, the skin tint is gorgeous. I just cannot believe how bad the concealer is. Like, I should have reviewed these separately because I would have given this a rave review. I am giving it a rave review. This is gorgeous. And I honestly didn't even feel the need for a primer once I felt it on the skin. It was very soft, very creamy, very easy to blend out. I only needed a pump and a half, and I did great coverage. However, it is very perfumey. If you don't like scents, I would avoid it. But for someone like me who doesn't really care, you know, I don't smell it anymore. It was just during application. I think it's gorgeous. It's really pretty, and I don't mind paying the price tag for it either, and has a good shade range for being a skin tint. However, the concealer! Ah! Oh my god, if you guys want to see me try either one of these things again in a separate video, let me know. I'll be certainly happy to do that for you, but just avoid the concealer, okay? It's for everyone's thing. It's for everyone's good here. Because there's no way you can make it work. Even if you just want to cover a blemish with it and try to blend it out, it's not going to blend out. So, anyways, sorry this was such a negative review, but the skin tint's gorgeous, you know, sorry. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm not going to do a long wear test of this, you guys. I got a ramen date tonight, and I can't be looking like this out there, so bye, guys.